I think the first word that comes to mind for me when I think about Lingos is community.
There are two words that come to mind. A lot.
The ability to share resources with each other throughout the membership and not having to reinvent the wheel. It's able to get to a much broader audience than face-to-face could ever possibly do.
We joined Lingos about 2.5 years ago. We wanted to launch e-learning simply because we have staff in 65 countries, and training staff face-to-face is, as everybody knows, extremely expensive, and also we needed to train people at the moment of need, so online was the solution that we thought was the best one for us.
We have 75 organizations that are members of Lingos. We're trying to improve the lives of the world's poor and marginalized communities. And we strongly believe that the way to get that done is to ensure that the people providing the services to those communities are the best they possibly can be.
Most nonprofits struggle with capacity building. They struggle with it in two fashions. One, they generally lack the funding to do it effectively. They lack the resources. And number two, they're not always very clear in terms of how to do effective capacity building. What we saw with Lingos was a piece of the puzzle, that these high caliber online courses, a community of like-minded professionals, goes to the fundamental of capacity building.
One of the inflection points in the evolution of Lingos was the realization that we had to expand the conversation, and we started talking to partners from the private sector who worked in the learning sector and had resources. And by making these connections, we were able to access resources that otherwise would have been impossible out of the budget and out of the knowledge base of what we could have done.
Well, a little bit more than 2 years ago, we started talking with you guys about providing our platform to the Lingos members, and we felt it was an amazing initiative, an opportunity to really add back and use our technology for something good rather than focus only on the business side of things. And so we became sponsors, which means that our solution is available for free to all Lingos members.
Being a member of Lingos has really helped with the capacity building side of things in the sense of giving us tons of tools.
One of the most attractive benefits of membership in Lingos is access to an entire library of courses that the organizations can deploy across the world. And we provide hundreds of courses, both donated by our partners in the private sector and also custom content that's been built by our members and shared among the other members.
Our idea was to create a set of content that our entire organization globally had access to. We're a small organization, but a pretty complex organization. We have 160 employees across the globe, operating in 9 countries. There's a broad range of online learning, and some is impactful and some is just page turning. And I think we've really struck that right balance with the content from Lingos that we've posted to really create an impactful learning environment.
The second are the courses that are shared among the international NGOs. So if one organization is building content on personal safety and security, they share that with the other organizations and it's contextualized. And although we're all different, underneath our cultures of the organizations, in fact, we have a lot of shared challenges that make this very useful content to share.
What Lingos is able to offer through the ability to work with other member organizations, where we have a lot of smart people, and when you start connecting some of those folks and unleashing that creativity, that is, I think the word catalyst is a really, really good way to describe that.
Thirdly, we also provide platform for online classrooms. So if you want to facilitate courses online with an instructor in one location and your learners in other locations.
Some of the things that I liked about these courses were the fact that I could interact with other students from different parts of the world. Some of them were from India, some of them even from Central America or the United States, and it was a very good experience.
I can sit in my home office here in Seattle and conduct webinars on a monthly basis with our iBank partners in India. So as they're getting up, fixing their cups of coffee, I'm winding down my day, and we're still able to, without the expense of thousands of dollars in travel costs and travel expenses, we're able to still deliver learning.
Through the support of LINGOs in the form of its community and sharing knowledge between us, and in the form of the resources it provides, each of those 75+ organizations can now launch robust learning systems that previously would have been impossible and they wouldn't have been able to do alone.
I think LINGOs provides you that ability to sort of plug into a larger pool of resources. That's an important component of it, the fact that all of these organizations are doing nonprofit work. They're trying to help people have better lives in different ways.
I think the benefit for small and medium-sized organizations is huge because they just don't have the resources to be able to develop these courses on their own. And the larger organizations get even more benefit because they have a larger number of staff that can be trained.
Well, corporations should get involved because it's rewarding, it's a good thing, and it can make an impact. It makes a difference. I mean, we've seen organizations creating content that really has an impact on a day-to-day basis in very remote parts of the world, and that's something unique.
Really excited about the future of LINGOs. The progress we've had over the last 7 years has been great, but as we have new members, new partners, new opportunities, we really have great potential to help people who are doing good do even better.